Have you ever wondered what could make a Hollywood star suddenly walk off set? From explosive arguments and dangerous filming conditions to surprising personal convictions, these actors shocked everyone by leaving in the middle of production. Here are the most unforgettable times actors stormed off set and the surprising reasons behind each dramatic exit. It wasn't a scene that made him walk away, it was what happened between takes. Patrick Stewart walked off the set of Star Trek: The Next Generation during a visit from Good Morning America. Stewart felt the show's cast and costumes were being treated disrespectfully when the visitors were doing comedic bits while wearing them. He later admitted he regretted walking off, but explained that he tends to lose his diplomacy when he believes people or the work they're doing aren't being shown respect. For Stewart, that moment became one of the most memorable behind-the-scenes incidents from the series. Not every walk-off happens because of behind-the-scenes drama. Mayim Bialik left her hosting duties on Jeopardy! In May 2023 to stand in solidarity with the Writers Guild of America strike. Her departure wasn't tied to any conflict with the game show. After Bialik stepped away, Ken Jennings took over hosting Celebrity Jeopardy! And later, all Jeopardy! Properties, when Bialik was dismissed from the franchise at the end of 2023. The walk-off became a public show of support for the striking writers. One fight scene became so intense that filming stopped for 4 days. Carl Weathers reportedly stormed off the set of Rocky IV after Dolph Lundgren was too aggressive during their scenes in the ring. According to Sylvester Stallone, Weathers left while yelling profanities at Lundgren, bringing production to a halt. Stallone eventually convinced Weathers to return, but only after Lundgren agreed not to be as hostile during filming. Years later, Lundgren said he liked Weathers and believed Weathers may have been intimidated by him before their on-screen showdown. One decision on the final day of filming changed the ending forever. Chevy Chase reportedly walked off the set of Community without filming a scene that was supposed to close out the Season 3 finale. Series creator Dan Harmon later explained that the scene was an emotional tag, but Chase refused to shoot it because he didn't think it was funny. In the past, the crew could film his missing scenes later, but this time, the season had wrapped and the sets were taken down. As a result, the scene was never filmed, fueling a bitter feud between Chase and Harmon. She walked off the set, but not because she was angry. Diana Rigg surprised everyone while filming Game of Thrones by insisting the cameras roll before the crew had even finished setting up. She delivered her lines in just 2 takes, and when someone told her they were ready for a close-up, Rigg simply stood up and said, "I'm done." According to Jessica Henwick, the cast then watched as Rigg made her own version of a dramatic walk-off, just at a very slow pace because she needed help walking. The moment left Henwick laughing and became a memorable behind-the-scenes story. One complaint was all it took to turn a tense day into an even bigger behind-the-scenes drama. Michele reportedly left the set after learning that Naya Rivera had gone to the producers about frustrations over Michele allegedly making everyone wait while she handled personal matters. Conflicting accounts quickly emerged, with people close to Michele saying she didn't know about any complaints and wasn't even filming scenes with Rivera, while other rumors claimed Rivera was the one removed from the set. Years later, Rivera wrote that she and Michele were both strong-willed and competitive, admitting they simply didn't get along. There wasn't even a goodbye. Max Wright reached his breaking point while filming the final episode of ALF. According to co-star Anne Shadeen, Wright walked off the set, went to his dressing room, grabbed his bags, got into his car, and simply disappeared. No one even had to announce that filming had wrapped. Wright had previously described working on the series as hard work and very grim because of the demanding production. Before his death in 2019, however, he reflected that none of that mattered because ALF had brought a lot of joy to its audience. He finished his final scene and vanished without saying a word. David Caruso left the set of NYPD Blue immediately after filming his last scene for the 4th episode of Season 2. According to series co-creator Steven Bochco, Caruso had wanted to leave the show to pursue movie roles, and a deal was made so his character could be written out properly. Bochco later wrote that once the scene was finished, Caruso walked off the set, the stage, and the studio lot without thanking or saying goodbye to anyone on the cast. This wasn't a walk-off caused by behind-the-scenes conflict, it was a public statement. Raven-Symoné walked off the set of Raven's home alongside her co-stars during a Disney employee protest against Florida's House Bill 1557, widely known as the Don't Say Gay Bill. Afterward, Raven-Symoné shared a video with her castmates and explained that she believed it was important to take a stand and move forward, saying every family, every person, and every child deserves to be recognized regardless of race, gender, or sexual orientation. Employees from several Disney companies also joined the protest. He packed his bags, climbed into a speedboat, and tried to leave the movie for good. Klaus Kinski reportedly walked off the set of Aguirre, The Wrath of God, after becoming furious that a set photographer smiled while he was performing. When director Werner Herzog refused Kinski's demand to dismiss the photographer, Kinski gathered his belongings and headed off in a speedboat. Herzog later said he calmly warned Kinski that he had a rifle and that the actor would not get far. Kinski ultimately stayed and completed the film, which became one of Herzog's most celebrated works. The biggest walk-off from this movie didn't involve its stars. Several Native American actors walked off the set of The Ridiculous Six after raising concerns about what they viewed as racially insensitive jokes and disrespectful treatment. Actor Lauren Anthony said they felt they were treated as though they should just be on the side, while film student Allison Young said producers told them that if they were so sensitive, they should leave. However, actor Ricky Lee later disputed reports about the size of the walkout, saying only 4 actors left, while many others stayed. Lee also said Adam Sandler later spoke with several Native American actors about the incident.